and welcome to episode 4 of the Knitting Annihilator podcast. My name is Akira Green Bonner. I'm recently married, so I love to say both of my names. I'm coming to you from Birmingham, Alabama, which is located in the United States of America. And this is a podcast about knitting, maybe some crochet, and just a crafty life in general. You can find me on Instagram at knitting_annihilator_ and also on Ravelry as Kira Green 95. My tablet is dying. Go Kira. This is called the Knitting Annihilator podcast because knitting is my superpower. I am a superhero. And if you'd like to join the alliance, you can totally subscribe. And I'd be happy to see you. If you're new, thank you for coming to check me out. I do hope that I aim to please and entertain you. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. Alright. So, let's just talk about the elephant in the room. I got a haircut. And I kind of look like an adult. Like, what? An adult? So, I've been going back and forth with my hair, and it's just been something that I've been up and down about, and finally I just said, let's cut it. So I went ahead and cut it. It's a little shorter in the back, and then I got like a party going on in the front here. So I am loving it. I feel like a grown-up. I look about 18 years old, and I'll be 21. So I think we're getting there. Yeah. So, and I also cut it for personal business reasons. I'm applying for new jobs at work, and I want to, be taken more seriously. So, with a puffy poof ball, I'm sure they would have taken me seriously, but now I'm being taken more seriously. Even though I just got it done today and no one's seen it, but whatever. There may be better hair days on the podcast, but I just feel like I don't have to brush my hair for the podcast because you guys are my friends. And it's like, do you brush your hair to call your friend? No. Just saying. Whatever. But yeah, I love it. So I guess we should get to some knitting. Okay. So I have 3 finished objects. Yeah, I've been doing the darn thing. One of them I am wearing and I am in love with. So this is my Because I Love You shawl wrap scarf by Amy Meeks. And here, I'll hold it up for you. It's really long, so I cannot fit all of this in the camera. I love it, and I just appreciate all the love from you guys that I got on Instagram when I posted it. Like Amy, hi Amy, she said that she loved it and that it was genius to use 3 colors, and I just sat there and I cried. I'm like, all this love, I never thought that I would get so much love from people. Like, knitters are just happy people. I mean, they need to be knitting, but that was not happy about knitting, right? But I just never thought that I would find something that I love to do and that I'd be able to be a part of a community that gives so much love. And I was really happy. So, of course, I cried tears of joy when Amy was like, oh, that's beautiful, and I cried. So, yeah, that's the kind of girl I am. I am full of just tears of joy. I also made another Kit Kat hat by Andy from Andre Sue Knits. So I'm just saying, Andy, if you ever need those like mass produced or anything like that, I am totally your girl because, like, Jesus, I make so many of these. So I made that. This is for my mom's customer. My mom's customer's daughter. Her name is Annie Peacock. So my mom picked out some peacock colors, and I went to town. So that was the Kit Kat hat, and I also made the honey cone, or honey cow, that's what it's called, the honey cow. and I thought this was so cute. So I'm excited for my mom to give them to her, and it's gonna be awesome, and I hope she takes lots of pictures. Alright, now you can move into works in progress. So this one is living in this cute bag. Let's see if I can get close. Look at these candies and this tooth that's like sad because he like, you know, probably ate this guy. Well, he probably ate that guy. I don't know, but this is adorable. And this is by The Fawn and the Fox. The cutest thing ever. And I am making the color field shawl by Kemper Ray, and this is what it looks like. Get a little closer. Boom. And I am loving this. So, oh, thank God I didn't stop in the middle of the row. I'm getting better at this, guys. So, this is what I have so far. I'm almost to the fourth or fifth contrasting stripe, but yeah, I'm loving this. Now, it may not be as big as like maybe like a regular one, because apparently Pumpkin Spice by Vivid Yarns is fingering, and then Coal Miner's Daughter by Lolo Did It is DK, and it's different. And instead of like freaking out, I just did it. I was like breaking rules altogether. Now, Coal Miner's Daughter is probably going to be a yarn that I buy all the time because I am a coal miner's daughter. And it makes me so happy. So I'm probably going to buy this a whole bunch of times to be a contrasting color. I might even make like a cardigan or something. I don't know. But Coal Miner's Daughter. Hits home for me. Hits home. So that's going well. It's a fun knit. I'm in love with knitting it, and yeah, I'm almost done, so it may actually be a birthday wear, and I can wear it when I turn 21, and I'll kind of look 21 with the hair. Okay, we'll talk about that later. It's okay. Alright, so my second whip is living in my Holy Cricket Knits bag with Jack the Pumpkin King and his lover. I don't know her name. I just know she's cute and she loves them, and her arms fall off and she puts them back together. Like, who wouldn't want to be able to do that, you know? So, I'm not following a pattern. I'm just winging it. So, I'm just making what I'm calling a Scrappy Hat, which is a hat made out of scraps and yarn. You know, people make blankets and cozy memory blankets and all that stuff, and I was like, maybe I should make something that means a lot to me. Not that blankets don't mean a lot to me. I love blankets, but for some reason I love hats more. I love making hats more. I think it's because like it's the first thing I ever made, and it just has a special place in my heart. So I was like, Scrappy Hats. Let's make that a thing, people. Let's make that a thing. Scrappy Hats. So this colorway right here is the colorway that I made a hat for my husband. I'm doing a twisted rib right here, and what I've learned is I did not use enough stitches, so I'm nervous that it won't fit my head. So I think I'm going to block it and stretch it out and then block it like that. Oh no, you guys can comment below, help me out, like, because I don't want to take it back. I really don't. And then this color, if you look close, I got like stripes going on. Oh, there you go. Yeah, this really knitted stuff. Okay, so this stripe right here is this, and it's called Fame. Fame from Lolo Did It. And it was going to be a contrasting color in my shawl, but if you look close, you can't even see it, but it's right there. So when I did it and I saw how close it was to the pumpkin spice, I was like, oh, I'm making a hat out of that, because that's not going to work. So that's where it's going. So hopefully, I'm hoping to have a little bit of Coal Miner's Daughter left over from that shawl to add in here. So I'm excited. It's going to be slouchy. It's going to feel good around the ears with this rib, and then slouchy and all that jazz. So yeah. So that is what I have. So those are technically all the whips that I have at this point in time. So I've been feeling like I've been really hard on myself about my knitting. I'm trying to look at the camera and not look at myself because I know I'm checking myself out. So I'm trying to look somewhere else. But anyway, I know I've been hard on myself about my knitting. I know last podcast I was forcing myself to start garment knitting and telling myself, you will do this. And, you know, stuff like that. And then I had to sit back and I was like, Kira, why did you really start knitting? And I started knitting because, well, one, because I was pulling my hair out because I'm crazy. which is a real thing. I'm not all there. If you can't tell. But, so, one, you started knitting because you have anxious hands, as my mom would call them. But two, you knit because that's a hobby. That's what you like to do. So I feel like I've been forcing knitting to become a job. Like, okay, you need to have this done, this done, this done. And I've been making myself into a product knitter or project knitter instead of a process knitter or someone who enjoys the process of knitting. So I took a step back and I really said, hey, if you don't get the big old coat done, that's okay. Maybe you need to start with something like that has pieces and then you seam it together and then take a crafty class and learn how to do short rows or learn how to pick up stitches. Because I am still a beginner. It's been about a year. And at the same time, I know that, like, people that I know that are beginner knitters, they kind of have some people around them to help them. Others, you know, just pick up really quickly. And I pick up fast. Just garment knitting is so much more different than a shawl or a hat. So I decided to just take a step back and say, look, enjoy the knitting. Just chill out. Enjoy everything that's coming out of the knitting. So you will see this bag again. It's still sitting in this bag with elephants that are the magical animal of the freaking universe. And you'll also see this yarn again, which is Knit Picks Swish Worsted, but it may not be the big old coat. It may be just a simple cardigan that I put together and seam together or something like that. I'm not being too hard on myself. I'm enjoying knitting. The fact that my hands are moving, doing something positive instead of something negative. So that's how I feel about that. So yeah, we're not going to waste that money on that yarn and take it for granted. We're going to make something awesome out of it. It will be a garment, but I won't be stressing out about it. I will give myself the opportunity to enjoy making something that I'm going to wear all the time and that I'm going to love. So that's how I feel about that. Boom. I told myself. Alright, so now we're at the segment that sometimes it's called Girl Let Me Tell You, sometimes it's called Random Thoughts, but today it's a surprise because I wanted to let you know that I finally made a Ravelry group for the podcast. Ooh, 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 ooh. So I made a Ravelry group. It is the Knitting Annihilator podcast. It has a picture of me. I have a hat down to my nose and have this shawl on, and I'm going like this. So when you see it, you'll know, oh yeah, that's Kira. So I would love for you guys to join the Ravelry group, introduce yourselves. I did start an introduction thread on there that I'm super excited about, so I can't wait to read all you guys' posts and things like that. And once I see a little bit more participation on the Ravelry group, then I want to do a giveaway. I have some yarn that I'd love to give away, and I have a book that I'd love to give away, but I think I want to save that book for like a knit-along for next year, and I'd love to. I'm just excited. New hair, new Ravelry group. There's a lot of new stuff going on for me. So I would love to just see people be a part of that. Because I love I love people. I tell people that I don't like people all the time. I just love a certain kind of person. I love people that are giving and kind-hearted, and I love being around positive people. When you feel like you're entitled and you feel like you're privileged and you need to have whatever you need to have and all that stuff, I think like that really turns me off of people in the world in general. So I know on Ravelry we're more so about love and about boosting each other up and giving each other, kudos and wow, that looks great, or what you can fix on that. So that's what I want the Ravelry Group to be. And I cannot wait to start that giveaway. I'll probably put a thread in there once I see a little bit of action. So yeah, I'm excited. Yep. Alright, I think that is everything. Yep, that's everything I wanted to talk about this episode. So, what are you guys doing? Let me know in the comments down below. I want to know what you're knitting, what you're not knitting, what you did today, how you feel, what you're doing now. Let me know. Again, you can follow me on Instagram and Ravelry. Of course, subscribe if you have enjoyed everything that you've seen today. I am probably all over the place because it is later in the day. It is, if you can tell by my watch, 7 o'clock at night. That is probably why I look tired, because I got off of work, got my hair done, I met my mom for coffee, and I love meeting my mom for coffee. We have such good conversation, and she's like my best friend in the whole universe. I love being around her and talking to her and stuff. So I met her for coffee, and then I came home, and I was like, I need to podcast. I have to show off this new do. So, yep. And that is it. Subscribe. Become a part of the alliance. And, yeah. Comment any questions that you have down below. And I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. And happy knitting.